Get to Florida now, where thousands of felons are still on the voting rolls in that state just 6 days before the election. Convicted felons cannot vote in Florida. Orlando Salinas is in Miami for us. Orly, just how big of a problem is this? How many felons are we talking about?
You're talking about a lot, Jane. The state's top election official, a man by the name of Curt Browning, says it's possible that as many as 108,000 possible felons are right now registered to vote. Curt Browning says, look, before you start pointing the finger at me or at other elections officials across the state, he says that there hasn't been enough time, enough money, which you need to hire people to go ahead and verify who really is a convicted felon. Last year, Jane, Florida started granting automatic clemency to most nonviolent offenders, but one report says that there are some 30,000 violent offenders. We're talking people who are convicted of murder, drug trafficking, DUI, manslaughter, sex crimes, who are right now registered to vote on election day.
Orlando, those numbers are staggering. How did these people all fall through the cracks? I mean, did somebody just drop the ball?
Yeah, look, somebody has dropped the ball, you would think. Look, since 2006, Jane, 1.6 million folks have registered to vote here in the state of Florida. And it's important to note here, each of Florida's 67 counties, its supervisors of election in each county is required by law. If somebody comes up and says, hey, I want to register to vote, guess what? You have to make that happen. And so what happens is they register to vote, and from there, those records are checked against the Florida Department of Law Enforcement's own database to see if anybody has any felony record. If indeed that happens, then you have another series of checks and balances that have to take place. So while it's easy to go ahead and start blaming maybe the top dog here in Florida as far as elections is concerned, you may want to hold off. People say, what about maybe the voter himself or herself, the felon who knew they weren't supposed to vote? Maybe people should start pointing the fingers at those folks and say, look, you don't get your voting rights restored automatically once you have served your time. You have to appeal to the clemency board to make that happen, Jane.
Orlando Salinas, that's pretty incredible. He is in Miami for us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Orly.
I mean, this is a game that we play. Spare me the phony outrage. It's a game. It's a sport. Spare me the phony outrage.